Hello, welcome to episode 65 of FrannyDoMakes. My name is Fran. This is my channel where I talk about everything that I've been making and creating over the last 2 weeks, but it's been a bit longer just with Christmas and New Year and snow and all that kind of business. But I'm here now to talk about all the things that I've made since I last saw you. My name is Fran. Have I said that already? Yes, I think I have. I'm joining you today from, it's not snowing, but it is snowy because it has been snowing and now it's, well, I say snow, it's just compacted ice really. It's very slippy and horrible out there. The school run was quite perilous this morning. It's cold, but it's bright and it's sunny, so hopefully some of that ice will get melted today. Right. So today I have got a couple of finished objects to show you. I've got some works in progress that have been carried over from last year, and also I have some things that I want to frog and clear off the needles because I'm not enjoying them and I'm going to use the yarn for something else. And then we will talk through some plans for 2025, so pretty much what everybody's doing. You know, why be original? Okay, so if you would like to find me elsewhere on the internet, you can find me here, which is at FrannyDoMakes at most places. So Instagram, Ravelry, YouTube here obviously, TikTok, all those places. If you want to find any more detailed notes about what I've talked about, so links to dyers or to bag makers or links to the patterns themselves, you can find those on the website, which is FrannyDo.co.uk, but I will put information down here and also down in the description box. So yeah, it's lovely to see you. If you are new to the channel, hello and welcome. It's lovely to have you. We've had a few more subscribers since, sorry, I'm tapping my cup with my ring. Yeah, since Vlogmas. So yeah, if you did watch over there, then thank you. If you didn't, that's fine as well. There's a lot out there, so I don't blame you for not watching mine. Okay, right, so let's get into it. I am wearing one of my finished objects. This is the Forestland Sweater. It is a pattern by Jennifer Steingass. It's a DK weight, colourwork yoke, circular yoke, top down construction, sweater, jumper. I would call it a jumper because I'm from the UK, and this is mine. I will stand up for you. Oh, I'll turn around. So the colourwork goes all the way around the yoke, as you can see. This is the first colourwork. I mean, I have done colourwork in the past. I'll show you. I made these mitts last year. They're a pattern from Kelly Menzies, Row Kids. I think they're called Dispersion. So I've had a go at that, but obviously nothing to the same level as this. And I'd had this yarn in stash to make this sweater for a long time, but I had the fear. I was scared of making it. I was scared of doing it wrong. I was scared of it coming out the wrong size and not being wearable. I was scared of the colour running. I was scared of the colours not going together right. I was scared of a great many things, but I decided to bite the bullet and just cast it on. I can't remember if, because Ellie from Craft House Magic has also recently made one, just finished as well, so hers will be popping up on her next video as well. I'll link Ellie down below. But yeah, I can't remember whether she cast hers on and I decided to cast mine on, or if it was the other way around. I can't remember, but either way we're doing them at the same time. Yeah, I'm so pleased with myself. I love it. I love it. It fits perfectly. I was a bit worried. If you watched the Vlogmas, you saw me with one sleeve done and it was a bit sort of snug. It is a tight fitting sleeve, which is not what it looks like in the pattern. So whether I've got chunkier arms than the designer, I don't know. I don't often measure the arm circumference of the pattern, which maybe I should do. Maybe I have got chunkier arms. So in the the picture on the pattern, it's like sort of, it's got more fabric here, whereas mine is just sort of snug to the arm. It has a nice long cuff. I pretty much did it to pattern except for the bind offs. I did a tubular bind off just because. Oh, I know why. In the pattern it says you do 1 by 1 rib, and then the last row you do just a knit row and then you bind it off. And I was worried about it being too tight, so yeah, I decided to go with the tubular, which is fine. It was curling up a little bit on the bottom, but it is now laying flat, so that's good. It probably could do with a little bit more length, maybe. It's just to the top of my trousers, so I mean it's fine. I don't need to tuck it in or anything. Yeah. So details about the yarn and etc. and things like that. So this is using DK weight yarn. The pink colour is by Truly Hooked, and it was called Living Coral. I don't think she dyes that anymore. And the blue is from Castleview Yarns, and that is what colour is it? Won't Go Speechless. It's an Aladdin colourway. I think she might still have that in the collection, I'm not sure. I used the recommended needles. I'm not sure if I got gauge, but it fits. I made the size C. I don't know if I was supposed to have lots of E's or not, but it fits me fine. I'm happy with the fit. I did a gauge swatch and that was fine, but I think I did the swatch flat and this is in the round, so it might be a bit snugger than, I don't know. I had all good intentions of doing the, you know, well I did the swatch, but anyway, I'm not sure if it is or it isn't. I started it on the 11th of November and I've finished it on the 4th of January. I could have done it quicker, but I sort of lingered on that one sleeve and didn't do the second one. I don't know why, because the first sleeve always feels like it takes ages and the second sleeve always goes really fast, so I should learn from that and just not get stuck on Sleeve Island and do the second one, because the first one takes the longest. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. The yoke is a nice length for me. It hits just where I want it to. There's not too much air in here. Sometimes they're a bit, you know, low down. I mean, it's not perfect. There's a few, you can see some of the strands of the blue through the pink if you get close up, but if you're getting that close to my chest, I think there's something wrong with you. But yeah, I really like it. It's really soft and gorgeous. The yarn is lovely. And it's given me some confidence to do some more colour work projects. I did ask for the Doodle Knit book for Christmas, but nobody bought me it, so I bought it myself. It's on my Kindle, so I will look at that on my iPad, but I have promised myself that I will do one of those Doodle Knit projects in the next year. So maybe a cowl, really get used to some of the colour work and get a bit more confidence in it. But yeah, I think I will make another one of these. I love Jennifer Steingass's patterns. I think they're absolutely lovely. Yeah, they're some of my favourites, and I would like to have a go at one of the Andrea Mallory ones. What's it called? The throw over. I think I'd quite fancy doing that with using some scraps or like minis and things. I've got loads of DK minis, which I was going to make another blanket with. But I can use some of them for maybe some colour work. I'll just get more. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. The pattern was easy to follow. There weren't any difficult instructions. I didn't feel like I had to go on YouTube to look at anything. There was a different increase, invisible left, like, it must have been an invisible increase to do it within the colourwork sections. And so I just wrote it on the back of my cards so that I had it with me. But it was really clearly written out in the pattern, so I didn't feel like I needed to look for it elsewhere. Yeah, I don't know what else to say really, other than I'm really pleased with myself. And, you know, why shouldn't you be pleased with yourself? There's not often that I feel proud of myself or something, so yeah, I'm very proud of myself. Now I want to make another one, but we'll get to that later. So that is, like I said, the Forestland Sweater. That is finished. Right, next up is I've got a card here. No, I haven't. I thought I'd made a project card for this, but I must not have done it. Maybe this is the card for it and I never actually filled it out, so I will do that when I've done it. So I had my second finished object is my advent socks that I was knitting throughout Vlogmas. So I used I had the Yarn Badger self-striping advent calendar, which was a stripe a day yarn to make a pair of socks. So I did this last year as well with the Yarn Badger and lovely socks. This year she did it a little bit different, which was a bit sort of decisive. A few people frogged them and didn't want to continue because it was not what they were expecting, but I've carried on and I'm really pleased with the finished item. So Liz, who is a dyer at the Yarn Badger, decided to do something different with her yarn. So these are my finished socks. There is 2 of them. There you go. I went toe up, 64 stitches, magic loop, afterthought heel and a 2x2 rib and an elastic bind off. So you can see there's solid stripes, and then in between the solid stripes there's a variegated one. So Liz hand painted each of these colours, which, I mean, the work gone into it is phenomenal. You can see it a little bit better up here because these are a bit more solid, these green ones, but you can see in between it's more painterly, these stripes in between. But obviously here in the middle it looks stronger, the contrast on the screen, but it was quite hard to see up close, and especially when it was dark in the evenings. It's dark in December, isn't it? So I got a little bit lost around here as to where the stripes started and finished. So I think around sort of day, I don't know which day it was, maybe 17, I just kept going. So I didn't really do the stripe a day all the way along, but I wanted to get them finished. I did them 2 at a time as well, which is why I've got them both done. But I'm pleased with them. They're a nice fit. I will wear them, and I like that they look like the Northern Lights. I think the inspiration has really come through in the yarn itself, and I think Liz has done a great job. She's done what she said she was going to do, and it's successful. It's successful what she wanted to do, and I think it's beautiful. I think the yarn has worked out lovely. I just got a bit lost when I was making them, but that's down to me and down to the dark evenings and blah de blah. But it doesn't despoil from, it doesn't take away from the finished item. We go. So I'll pop them in my box of socks and I'll get them worn. I love this green. It's brighter in real life. It's more zingy, that green. I could have just kept going, to be honest, but I wanted them finished. So that's those. I'll take them off the blockers now because they're blocked and done and they can get worn. Right, so that's all the finished items. There we go. And I have some works in progress. So the main ones that I'm working on at the moment, I have my Christmas Eve cast on, which you will have seen if you're watching Vlogmas again. If you look on the Christmas Eve video, you can see me casting this on, which is just a pair of socks. and I'm almost finished with them. So I've got one totally finished, which I'll pop on a blocker for you. And I've had great fun making these. They've been really, really nice to do. Okay, so these are the True North socks by Emily Clawson. Put the card in here. Yes, I have. Emily Clawson, who is Salt City Knits here on YouTube and Yarn Brary on Instagram. She has her own yarn over in the United States, which are all inspired by literature and authors, books, that kind of thing. She's a big reader. So I've had this pattern in my library for a while. Oh, I think I won something on one of her podcasts and the prize was one of her patterns, so I chose this pattern. And yeah, it's the True North socks. It's a cuff down. I mean, you could do it either way, but I chose to do it cuff down as per the pattern because I wanted a heel flap and gusset. So cuff down, you've got this lace along the front of the sock, a heel flap and gusset in a contrasting colour, and just a normal wedge toe. I'll take it off and I'll show you the pattern on my hand because it's a full pattern across the front. Okay, so there you go. It's 2 repeating patterns. As I was knitting them, I was like, am I knitting them the wrong way up? Because the chevrons are like going down. They're going down your foot because it'd be that way up. But I suppose if you were looking down at your feet, they would be going forward, wouldn't they? So I think that's the idea of it. The yarn is from Giddy Yarns. It's been in my stash again for a while. This was a colour of the... no. She did like a club... was it not last year, the year before? It was like mythical creatures or something like that. And this was the mermaid's colour. So it's got this sort of green, this bluey green with little hints of orange, and then this orange as the contrast. And I am down to here on the second sock. So I've done the main body, I've done the heel and the gusset, and I am just working my way down the front. I've really enjoyed this pattern. It's really easy to memorise. I don't need to look at it anymore. It's easy to spot if you've gone wrong, if you've missed a yarn over, or you can just pick up the yarn over if you've missed it. It's just simple eyelet. It's just simple eyelets, so yarn overs and decreases, so knit 2 together and slip slip knit. And there's a central double decrease which is detailed in the pattern, so dead easy. And yeah, I would recommend it, highly recommend it. It's very well written. It comes in a few sizes. I think it comes in 4 sizes. I'm knitting the second size, which is a 64 stitch, and I'm using a 2.25mm needle. I'm obviously not knitting them at the same time this time. But yeah, I'm really liking them. They're living in a coffee and yarn cakes bag, if you can see that label. Move myself out of the way. You see that? Got a little pin there that a person from work bought for me. Good things take time, which they definitely do. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting these finished. I've really enjoyed making them. It's because it's a repeating pattern, but that's the repeat there. So there's only a little, I think it's maybe 11 rows, but you can just like do that repeat and then maybe put it down, or then you want to get to the next repeat. It's one of those kind of things, you know, like when you've got a stripe that you want to get to the next one. It's that kind of situation, and I've really been enjoying making those, so I'm looking forward to finishing them off, which I should do in the next few days, so they should be finished on the next episode. Lovely. Okay. What else am I working on? Okay, this has been on the go for a while and I have let it just hibernate, and I was starting to feel really bad about it. The sun's coming round, so I apologise for this glare. She's a friend who does my nails and my eyebrows, and my beautician, if you would like. Beauty therapist, I suppose she is. And she's asked, do you remember the little baby cardigans that I made with the names on them? She'd commissioned me to make those. And last year she said, oh, Fran, will you make me one of these blankets? And I said, yeah, of course I will. She's bought the yarn and things, and so... but then I'd done the first few rows, and then I just put it down because I was being selfish and working on my own things, which I'm bad for. But I have picked it up because I want to get it finished, because it's cold and you want your blanket, don't you, when you're cold. So it's the heart blanket. Oh, it looks ever so nice. I don't know if I've got the name. Let me see if I can get the name of the designer. Bear with. Okay, forgive me for the pronunciation here, but I'll try my best. It's the heart blanket by Marina, Nikolaidou, who is also Cotton and Wool Crochet on Etsy, so that's where I bought the pattern from. You can get it on Ravelry as well. But here we are. So it's a DK weight blanket crocheted. It's not massive, it's just enough for one person. About the size of a big bath towel. But I am... I'm sort of two of the main colour yarn. I think maybe I was there when I last showed you it. Can you see there's a stitch marker on there? And I just picked it up yesterday and got quite a bit done there. So I think if I can pick it up and continue with it, I should be able to get it done. I'm going to move my stitch marker up so it's at the top so we can see where we are. There we go. Yeah, so I'm just using some Stylecraft double knit Stylecraft special DK. I can't remember the colours. Obviously there's navy. I think we've got like a teal, I don't know what they're called, pink. There's an aqua colour and a mustard. I don't know what the pink is called. I'll have a look on my project. It's on my project page anyway on Ravelry, so if you need any information from that. Alright, so we've got midnight is the dark blue, teal, fuchsia purple is the pink, even though it's pink, mustard is the yellow, and turquoise is the lighter blue. I cast it on in April, so it really needs to be finished. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. You have to, it's a bit like brioche in the fact that you do the colour and then you go back again the same direction with the blue and then go back for the sort of bit in between. But it does look like little hearts, doesn't it? I was just looking then and thought maybe I'll spot like where I've gone wrong with the colour. But you do have to weave in two ends of the colours every row, which is a bit of a pain. But at least you don't have to weave in the navy blue. So yeah, that's on the go, and I want to get that finished. What's this bag here? What's in here? Oh right, that's a frog. That's a frog. Okay. Right, and the other project that I want to get completed is my blanket using the Green Lambkin Yarns Blanket Club. I've completed all the squares, so these are the squares for December. So we've got this one. We've got this one. We've got this one. I spiraled that one. And we have this lovely delicate one. So I have my whole big bag full of all the squares there. So I did, it's the Huggy Burst pattern by Krall Crochet, who is Mallory Krall. And for each 20 gram mini that I got, which you got 4 in the pack, I managed to make 2 squares for each one. And I have purchased some DK Merino from Yarn Smiths. This colourway is, I think it's parchment. It's like a off-white, creamy kind of colour. So I've purchased this. I've purchased, it's 50 gram balls, 100% merino, and it is 110 meters per 50 grams. It's a DK weight. Shade 3061 if you're interested, but I think it's parchment. So I've got 14 balls of this, not just for the blanket. I also am going to be casting on a Daft Days cardigan with my Advent from Green Lambkin. So I needed a contrast colour to do that with. So my next job with this blanket is to lay out all the squares and decide on the placement, and then crochet them all together. I'm going to do a continuous join as you go, so that I don't have more ends to weave in. All the ends are woven in on the squares, which I'm super proud of myself for doing, because then I don't have to deal with it when I finish the blanket. Yeah, so that's the yarn for that. I'm sure I picked up 2, so one has gone walkabout, but I just brought the one to show you. Okay, so that is all the current works in progress that I'm working on, and the finished objects. Oh, let's put that back in there. Now I do have some leftover works in progress from last year. So I've got my Halloween socks where I've done one, got the other to cast on. That's some yarn from Coastal Creatives, so I'm going to try and get that at least cast on. It's just a vanilla sock, so it'll be nice to have one on the go. And the things that I'm thinking of, I've also got on the go, you'll have seen this in Vlogmas as well if you watched, but I bought a sock tube from Ducky Darlings, which is this lovely blue, and I wanted to make a pair of socks for my uncle because he has big feet and I didn't want to knit them all, and these are 72 stitches, so I've added the heels, toes and the cuff to this one, but I think I won't have enough of the contrast to make the second one. So I've only got this little bit left. This is Foxy by Pixie Yarns, and I was going to just see if I could get another mini, but she doesn't stock this colour at the moment. So I do have some other kind of orangey minis, but they're more variegated, in the stash. I mean, I don't think he'd mind if they didn't match exactly. They might not even fit him, so I don't know. And they're going on a big holiday, so I won't be able to check. They're going on a big holiday this week for like a month, so I've got some time to think about it. But there we go. There's one done. I just did an afterthought heel and picked up the stitches for the toe and the cuff. So there's that to do. Maybe that's more than I think it is. I think that's only like 5 grams, so I've never made socks this big before, so obviously you need more than a 20 gram mini for that. Right. Okay, I've got 2 things that one that I'm definitely frogging. So I started the Simon shawl by Twin Set and Pearl with these yarns from my West Knits mystery knit along, but I don't like them together like this, so I'm going to pull it out. I will make the Simon shawl. I will just use some different yarns for it. So I'm going to pull this out. Here we go, pulling it out. I haven't quite decided what to do with them yet. I've got 2 skeins of each colour of this it's like a mustard and a teal. I did think about holding them double and making, have a look. Earlier this year I made the lowrider jumper by Iron Lamb, and I quite fancy making this by her as well. So I've got the 2 colours, and I've also got, because I purchased it when I purchased my other merino, some green. So this is merino sock again from Yarn Smiths. I need to check the weight and the, what is it? Is it double knit? Yeah, double knit. I'm looking into it. I might not. I might make something else. I don't know what to do with it, basically. I could just keep it in my stash, but I kind of want it used up, really. It's lovely yarn. I think I just need a different colour to go with it. I could pick out, there might be some of my variegated yarns that might go with them. You know, some more of a solid and a contrast for something else. I don't know why I'm doing this all now. I'll do it later. Just making a mess. And the other thing I'm not sure about keeping is my Bouy Cowl that I was making. I mean, I'm pretty much happy with that as a... I've just got all this left to go. I might just put a rib on and call it done, and then I don't know what to do with this. It's just going to keep growing, and I think it's long enough as it is. But I think this will be a good one, you know, for the family to pick up if it's chilly. But it's nice, and that's a nice length, so try and take it off with that more coming up. Let's take the glasses off. So yeah, maybe I've answered my own question there, because I've knit all that. It'd be a shame to just pull it all out, you know. So yeah, I might just knit a rib and call it done, rather than keep on going. If I'd have made it wider, which I probably should have done, I would have used more of the yarn up. I wanted to use the whole cake, but I don't need to do a... Right, okay, so I've answered my own question for that. Right, going forward... Oh, I do have some yarns to show you. I'm not going to show you my whole advent, because if you want to see that, it's going to come up in the episodes. I can show you. I got my Christmas Day yarn from the Yarn Badger, which is absolutely gorgeous. I think I'll make some socks out of that. So pretty. Sparkly too. So that's the Christmas Day skein. I got a couple of bags for Christmas from my sister. So she got me this one, which is a cute little deer with flowers on it. It's just plain on the back, just a drawstring bag, so I can use that for something. And she also got me this beautiful project bag. Look at him with the bow tie on. He's my favourite. Lovely little guinea pigs. And that is by this maker here, the Crimson Rabbit. And she also got Minnie a little purse that matches. And it came with a little mirror that says, "You can never get a cup of tea large enough or a book long enough to suit me." Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't like a super long book, but I like a big cup of tea. So yeah, little mirror. It's a lovely bag. It comes with, it's got like this little popper thing that you can, like a loop to use for whatever. Drawstring. Doesn't have a pocket. I like a pocket, but anyway. So there we go. And my sister-in-law also got me a little pouch from lovely Jackie. Soft Accents. Oh, upside down. Here she is. So yeah, just a little sort of waterproof pouch with a little tassel on there. So yeah, I'll use that for something also. Right, so in terms of plans for the coming year, I am taking part in the Bingo Crafting Challenge with Helen of Giddy Yarns again. So the things that I've put forward in my goals for the year is not massive. I want to keep track of my stash, which I have been doing, and track it every month. I would like to have more yarn out than in. Now, I did fail last year because of my advents, so I need to bear that in mind if I'm going to get advents next year and plan accordingly for that. I'm already in the pluses here because I have bought that merino for my blanket and my cardigan, but it's going to be out as soon as possible, that one. I want to make a Bonbon Bunny, which is a pattern by Susan Claudino for Minnie. I promised that I would make her one last year and I never did it. So I have some DK weight somewhere, like leftovers from something. I thought I'd put it in a bag, but I can't find it now. So that's that. So I want to make, oh, maybe it's in here. I thought I'd put it in this bag, which is from, yes it is, from Paula at Stitched by Mrs. D. Oh, look at his grumpy face. So yeah, I've got this DK, which is from Bona Yarns, to make Minnie's bunny, so that needs to be done. I want to do a Doodle Knit project from that book, so some kind of colour work, maybe a cowl I think. I want to do a more detailed brioche project. So I have done brioche and I really enjoy it, but I've only ever done straight line brioche, and I want to do something with a bit more of an undulation kind of pattern in it. So again, I don't know what that's going to be, but something, nothing giant. I don't want like a giant sweater or something, but maybe again a cowl or something like that. Probably something from Stephen West. He's good at that, isn't he? I want to make the Daft Days cardigan. I want to spin at least once a month. and I've been lacking in that. I need to set aside a day in the month that I do some spinning, at least one day. I want to use all my stash that is older than 2023, so I have a few skeins in my stash that have been hanging around for a while. So I have certain ones that I've put into, you know, last year I wrapped a load up and then took one out every month for socks. Well, these are not for socks, but I have at least these ones here. Right. I've got some more in the stash as well, but these are the three main ones that I want to get used. So I've got this yellow, which is much more highlighter yellow than it is showing there, which again is by Bona Yarns. This one's called Happy House. So that one, and then I've got these two skeins of chromatic yarns from Lovely Hannah at the Corner of Craft that I bought, I think at an East Anglia yarn festival a while ago, or maybe even Yarndale, I can't remember, but it was from a yarn show. So they're both greens. Well, that's more bluish, that one. That's Merfolk Lagoon, sorry. And this one is Jazz is Chaos, which is a bit more neutral. Now again, I could use one of these with one of the solids and make a Simon shawl out of it. But I want to get them used for something, so either single skeins or use them together. Socks maybe, but they are 100 grams. I don't know. So yeah, maybe a hat. I don't really wear hats because I end up looking bald when I've got a hat on, because I don't have any hair past here. So I have a hat on, I have like a little bit here, and it makes me look a bit bald. Yeah, so if you can suggest any other, what am I saying? I've got a whole bundle on Ravelry that is single skein projects, so, but a lot of them are shawls, and I don't need any more shawls really. I do want to make the Fiberfest shawl by Stephen West as well. At some point in the year, so maybe I might do the spring shawl-a-thon again, or I might do it for when the MCAL comes out, because I don't think I'll do the Mystery Knit Along again this year. I've had enough of it. Yeah, so if you can suggest any single skein things or patterns that are good to use up single skeins together, that would be a good idea. Pop it down in the comments, any ideas that you've got. Right, so that is it. I've talked for way too long now. So thank you for joining me. I hope that you are well. I hope you've had a good start to 2025, and that the next year brings happiness and health to you. Yeah. I'm going to go and clear up this mess because I've got project bags and yarn everywhere, and my room is already a tip. I mean, you've got a good... This is the best angle that you can get, because down here is just an absolute disgrace. I need to sort it out. I've got some stuff to put on eBay. I need to do that today. Right, that's it. I'm going to go. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you have a lovely 2 weeks ahead. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other as well. And I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Bye-bye.